Some men terrorise the ones they love.
Didn't take no shit from anybody.
He was like a bomb waiting to go off.
His strength becomes tenfold.
I don't hit her with a fist like I'd hit a man.
The damage to families can be catastrophic.
Can be quite serious, can be life-threatening.
I was woken by him dragging me off the couch by my throat.
Happy family, real happy family, doesn't exist. It's a fucking myth.
But can an abusive man really change?
Don't think I'll ever be respectful to her.
And then there's a little voice in the back of your head going, oh, you see, men really don't change.
Get your bags, get out of here. I don't want to see it ever again.
And come to realise what's most important to him.
I just got to concentrate on my kids.
Everything that's happened is totally my fault.
This is the story of a group of fathers facing up to their past.
We can only deal with working on us here, changing us.
And trying to create a better future.
I just want to be happy now, you know. I want my kids to be happy too.
6 months' time, I'm hoping that I'm a dad again, and I've got a couple of happy kids that are happy to see me and just happy to be my kids.
Family violence is the most common and least recognised form of violence. It's a secret epidemic, hidden behind closed doors. But there are some who think they can turn the tide of male violence with the help of a challenging program. It's Monday night at a school in southeast Melbourne. Counsellors Dave Nugent and Jackie Seamark are here to meet a group of violent and abusive men.
Got Sasko, David, Ken, Justin, Micah and Nathan.
Each one of these men has been abusive to his partner or children at home. They're here tonight because they want to change their behaviour. Across this 16-week program, we'll follow the story of 3 of them.
Hello, how are you? Good, you found you?
Found you, yeah.
39-year-old Nathan's marriage is over, but he's desperate to save his relationship with his 2 teenage daughters.
Yep.
Sashko is still with his partner, but she's insisting he attends the group if they are to stay together to bring up their 2 young children. And Justin's children are scared of him. The 42-year-old has been kicked out of home, and he knows he must change to have any hope of being part of their lives.
Now I want you to go back to a time when you had an explosion. What's happening with your physical body when you're in build-up?
Why do I have to put up with this? Why?
Through a combination of role plays and confronting exercises, the course helps the men realise they're dragging their families around a vicious cycle of violence.
This is called build-up. Then that makes this explosion a choice, and that means it's a choice to be abusive.
Dave knows all about the choice to be abusive. His reason for setting up the counselling service Heavy Metal over a decade ago was deeply personal.
I was abusive myself at some stage. One day I lost it. I smashed up my own car, our family car, in front of everybody, smashing the windscreen and going hell for leather on it with this bit of pipe. These family friends just all stood there frozen. And the hard part was the children, seeing the children's faces. That was pretty tough because the children's faces reminded me of my own self with my own father. Looking at this guy who's out of control, that was the turning point. That was when everyone knew what David could be like. He could be a real arsehole.
Good boy.
I was so embarrassed that I wanted to end my life. I just wanted to run away, never show my face again. But as I worked through with it and sat with it and dealt with it, I realised the only way I can do this is to stand up and be a real man and acknowledge it and own it. And I haven't stopped doing that. I pledged that I'll never be that man again. And I needed to show other men that you can change, you can put a stop to this if you really want to.
Hey, it's my boy.
Jackie is the mother of 5-year-old Elijah and has been a counsellor for over 20 years. She has her own story of surviving abuse.
I've personally experienced all forms of abuse, and I've witnessed change in my own family. My father was also a perpetrator of abuse and he didn't change. So I've experienced both sides of it. I was sexually abused by my father. There was a lot of other subtle abuses. There was a lot of manipulation and control and a lot of stuff that wasn't obvious. I did a women's program back then and that made a huge difference. In the men's program, I'm the voice of the women and the children, which a lot of guys don't realise. I'm a reminder for them that this has an impact.
While some men are court-ordered to attend similar groups, these men have chosen to be here. There are rules. They must show up on time every week and not be under the influence of drugs or alcohol. They must also be respectful inside and outside the group. Break those rules and they could be out.
The program doesn't guarantee change, but it certainly will get them thinking and talking with ourselves and with other men like they've never spoken about before, in a safe environment where they won't be judged. They'll be challenged, but they won't be judged.
Nathan's wife has decided to leave because of his physical intimidation and abuse. Now he lives with his 2 teenage daughters, and he needs to win their trust.
I've been trying to shut out thoughts and feelings and all that about my ex-partner because it's not constructive, I don't think. I just got to concentrate on my kids. And to be honest, I had a shitty moment tonight, actually, before I come here. I was running short of time. I had a big day at work. I was trying to organise some dinner and then be here on time. And in the end, I couldn't do it. I actually got the shits up because there was nothing done. Because we have a sort of a deal going, me and the kids. I cook the dinner, I do everything for them. They help me out. We help each other.
So it's conditional?
Well, no. Is it? Is that conditional? It sounds like everybody putting in a little bit of effort. That's what it sounds like to me.
As long as...
Well, everything costs, Dave. Nothing's for free. I don't know what world you come from, but I don't come from a world where nothing is free. But, you know, work 12 hours a day and, you know, my work's very, very demanding.
Hold it. Just see what you're just doing to it right now. What are you doing?
I'm justifying it.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Well, I didn't want to say anything and you're forcing me to say shit, so I was quite happy sitting here saying nothing.
Now what are you doing to me?
Well, I'm shutting up then.
So this is the thing, we're so conditioned to justify...
Well, then I don't know how to be a fucking father then, Dave, all right? I don't know how to be a father then.
And, you know, just feeling really uncomfortable with me challenging you on that.
I'm not uncomfortable. I'm shitty about it. So what?
OK, so if you're feeling shitty, you must be feeling uncomfortable.
No, I'm not uncomfortable, Jackie. I'm very comfortable being a shitty person. They've been all my life.
OK, but then it's uncomfortable for those around you when you're shitty, so it's uncomfortable for you girls.
Probably right. I've been to a lot of fights. Not only, you know, with people at the pub or people you go out. My father, I had a fight with him on Christmas Day, and it ruined Christmas Day. I broke my brother's collarbone years ago through fighting. It didn't matter if it was the guy down the road, my wife, my mother, anybody. It was just what I said, that's how it was. And if you didn't like it, you go get fucked.
Nathan's abuse was mental, physical, emotional, towards me and towards the children. His explosions were unpredictable, and That's the frightening thing with him was you just didn't know. You didn't know. I'd been out with a girlfriend. He wasn't happy with me going out, so I didn't even bother going to bed. I just went and laid on the couch. And about 3 o'clock in the morning, I was woken by him dragging me off the couch by my throat. And he nearly choked me till the point where I nearly blanked out. That was the point where I said, enough.
I was married to the girl's mother for 17 years. We've been together for 22 years, and it was a pretty volatile relationship. We'd had pretty hard times up and down, you know, pretty rough times.
He refused to leave, so I had to leave. I knew my kids were safe with him in the sense of he wouldn't be physical. They were older, so he'd never be physical with them. So it was their home. So I left and left them with him, which in hindsight I wish I'd never done. It's my biggest regret.
I never really knew my daughters at all. You know, I had a great big shed, bar, all that stuff, had all the good stuff in there, and used to drink a lot, and that was my life. The trucks, my shed, my mates, and yeah, I didn't really pay any attention to Sue or what was wrong with her. I just sort of took the approach, the old style approach, and harden up, you know. And then I come to meet Dave because she'd left me and I was fairly distraught. Yeah, didn't really want to be here, sort of thing.
While Nathan has only recently started his journey, Sashko has been attending the group on and off for over 2 years. Susanna, his wife of 7 years, is scared his explosive temper could flare into more serious violence. Now's the time to act, before it's too late for them and their 2 young children.
Alrighty. Alright, let's get the show on the road. What's been happening over the week?
On Saturday, my boss unleashed his anger to me. Like, he was screaming full on at me, and I had no idea what. He's asked me to leave.
And how did that make you feel?
Oh, helpless.
Helpless.
Fearful, embarrassed, lost, confused, belittled.
All those feelings.
Phenomenal amount of feelings.
So you took it on?
I was trying to work out what was going on. The power and control was all in his court.
It sounds like how he's been treated is probably how, like I've treated my wife.
It sounds like the universe is giving you a taste of your own medicine.
Do you know, just as Oscar was saying that, I haven't reflected on how my partner feels when I unleash.
Yeah.
Now imagine if that happens all the time, whether it's once a day or once a week or once a month. You carry it.
We met out the front of taxis in 2005 on the 2nd of May, and we fell in love instantly. And it was, about 7 o'clock that night, and we got married 12 months after that. We spent 12 months, having fun. We went on a 3-week honeymoon, and then, we got pregnant, and then we moved out of home. November of 2011, I was really angry. We were out the back door. I started screaming, yelling, and I headbutted the door, like really hard. And I headbutted it again and again. Susan was up on the step. I've looked up, and she was horrified. She was in shock. And she said, "I'm scared of you." And that was the most painful thing that I've ever heard come out of Susan's mouth. He's someone that I love telling me that they're scared of me. I knew that if I didn't get help, that I would become another divorce statistic.
There was a time where my son was just kind of not really putting his pyjamas on, he was playing around. He could pick up that his dad's really angry. So he got up and he went straight in the bed. And he said, OK, Sashka, we're going to do it over and over again. Get out of the bed and do it again. Get out of the bed, do it again. So he was yelling and yelling. And Sashka would curl up in a fetal position, my son, and he would just be shaking the whole time. His strength becomes tenfold. I can't stop him. He'll push me out of the way and he will harm the children, in my opinion.
It's not going to create the family that I want to create. It's not going to create me being a different dad to my father was.
What we want is a beautiful, loving family that we can do things together and not feel scared and not feel frightened. Really, that's all it is. It's really simple.
Susanna attends Jackie's women's group on Thursday nights. It helps women realise they're not alone. It teaches them how to escape danger and rebuild their lives.
They're both going on this journey. Susanna's engaged in the women's program and seeking support too, so I really hope she embraces it and he continues to do the work he does. How many women here have felt like they're going crazy? Just put up your hand if you felt. It's really common that you take responsibility, you don't know what's real anymore, and you feel like you're going absolutely crazy.
There is shame, there is embarrassment where you just think to yourself, why has this happened? You know, did I do it? Is it my fault? Is it something that I triggered? I should have been a better wife. I should have cleaned better. I should have ironed better. I should have done all these things. There's all these pressures. You start clearing those files in your brain and think, hang on, it's not me. It's a situation that he did when he was angry, and it's the decision he made straight after. I feel like this group is like open heart surgery, and then you just feel relieved when you walk out. You feel like, oh, there's that support structure.
Yeah.
So what this has also brought me is strength and independence.
For women, it's very much about, it's not making them accountable or responsible for the men's behaviour. But it's making them responsible for their own choices in responding to that behaviour. So it's about educating them with what abuse is, the patterns that they're part of, and giving them tools to do it differently.
Justin is the newest member of the group. He's been referred to Dave and Jackie from another counselling service because the counsellors there couldn't get through to him. Dave and Jackie have their work cut out.
So I think it's really good that we just do a quick introduction.
I'm Justin. I'm single. I've been in a relationship for 19 odd years. A couple of kids, a daughter and a son, 18 daughter and 11-year-old son. I've been getting told a lot that I'm an angry man. Alcohol was getting to be a major factor, and I had to do something about my own self, regardless of what was happening in my life, because I was probably going to end up in the ground. I've been controlling of the money, I've been controlling of her friends, I've done everything from grab her to hit her, to hold her on the ground. A lot of things way out of line.
So we move forward from here, put a stop to that?
We'll try.
When you say try, at this stage it's...
Oh, you don't just change overnight, do you?
But I can't stress this enough, or clearly enough, that it doesn't matter what your partners and kids do. It doesn't matter what they do. Family violence is absolutely never okay.
I'm concerned about Justin. I'm worried that he'll find it all too hard and do something silly and possibly, harm himself. So we're going to keep close tabs on him.
Justin's father died when he was just 5 years old. He grew up around heavy drinking and is himself a survivor of childhood abuse. After dishing out his own abuse to his partner, including breaking her collarbone, they're now separated. But he wants to rekindle his relationship with his kids.
Big boy, he doesn't talk a lot. He's a confused little kid at the moment. And his answer to everything is, I don't know. Just a good kid. And maybe I didn't show as much attention as I should have. Hopefully salvage some years with him. I don't think you're going to turn me into no Prince Charming, but oh, look, I made plenty more mistakes than the ones I'm making now. I was in trouble for most of my adolescent life. So for me to come from what I was to where I am now was a big step already. And now everyone wants to tell me that this is wrong and that's wrong. Well, I'll see what I can do about it. But don't expect me to change overnight.
Justin's workmates recognise it's a big step for him and seem to see the merits in a men's program.
It'd be interesting to find out if you get in and out of it, you know, because I wouldn't mind, you know, if it works and you get some good pointers, I wouldn't mind doing it myself, you know, because I got a couple of things I wouldn't mind fine-tuning. No one wants to ring Lifeline or something like that because you don't think it's that bad, but if you can talk to someone that's on mutual grounds, then you know, it might save someone having a few black eyes. But I better get back into it before I get in trouble, because he'll start yelling.
Hey, fellas.
While on the job as a tree surgeon, Justin recently verbally abused a female customer. Dave asks him to go through the incident to see how he could have handled it differently.
I didn't need her and her shit on my job.
Yep, so what's going through your head as you hear her talking?
Fuck off, bitch.
Do you reckon referring to her as a bitch is going to help this situation?
Is that positive?
What else are we thinking? What's after fuck off? She's still there talking.
What are your ears fucking painted on? What did I just tell you, woman? And she made a whole heap of fuss about nothing.
How do we now throw that switch and start thinking the positives about all this? What can we be thinking?
Don't know what you want me to say, Dave.
Don't worry, we'll leave it there. Alrighty. Have a seat. We'll do this another time.
The exercise hasn't gone well, but it's worse than that.
How much did you have to drink before tonight?
2 cans, Dave.
Justin has broken one of the key rules of the group.
I can smell it on you, and that's what I'm worried about. It's a roadblock. 1 minute I see you make this really positive shift, and then tonight, it's almost chalk and cheese.
Sick and tired of being told that I'm the problem. And I've got to fucking empathise with everyone that doesn't give a fuck about me or my job or the pressures on my life.
I always say this to everyone. It's like pouring petrol on the fire.
Justin's breach is serious, but given his vulnerability, Dave believes it's better he continues. Without the program, Justin would have few options left.
Hopefully we can just hold on to him and keep him engaged.
The work we do is really challenging. We're dealing with people's lives, and the reality of what we're doing can be quite serious, can be life-threatening.
want you to read through the traditional man's rule book and circle any of these points that you can say at some stage you've hung on to. And then you might come up with a rule that we haven't thought of, that we haven't got on our list, and you think we should add to it.
Evidence shows men who use violence towards women are more likely to hold sexist attitudes. Tonight, the men are doing an exercise called the Traditional Man's Rule Book, which challenges their sexist beliefs. It's particularly timely for Nathan, who only hours before had to sign his divorce papers.
What have you and others, in brackets partner, friends, children, lost by adhering to traditional men's rule book? First three things that come out of our mouths, myself, Oscar and Justin, was trust, love and family. And then the reverse of the question, what we have created is we create fear by adhering to it.
What a huge cost.
We had respect, trust, marriage and relationship breakdown.
You can't change what's happened.
No, I can't change what's happened. I just got to try and deal with it.
And you have two beautiful girls with you at the moment that deserve you the best you can be.
Yeah.
It's not too late for them. It's not too late for you. It's letting go of someone you loved and still love.
Yeah. My ex-wife had come here, the kid's mother, who wanted me to sign the divorce papers. And I just can't help thinking that it may have been just something to hurt me just that one last time. And it did hurt me a lot. And maybe I deserved it, I don't know. Maybe I did. You can't break down crying every time you see her. I live in the same town. You know, there's times where I'm going to run into her and, you know, even run into her boyfriend. And you're never going to shake his hand or say g'day, but I know if I hadn't come to see Jackie and Dave, he would be in a whole different place right now. And I would probably be in jail because that's the sort of person I was. I know I could walk past him in the street now and just suck it up like a big boy.
I'll just make some sandwiches, yeah? You happy with that?
Yeah.
I've got a headache.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sashko's now spending more time with Susanna and their two young children. But being on his best behaviour so much at home comes at a cost for Sashko.
I've got group tonight, you know that, don't you?
Oh, yes, yeah.
It's week 11. Tonight, Dave shows the group examples of manipulation in a relationship. He demonstrates how an abuser assumes the role of persecutor, rescuer or victim in order to maintain control.
I'm just going to try and role-play some statements. Bullshit!
What would that be?
Persecutor, persecutor.
Oh, give me a break, will you?
Victim.
You're just like your mother.
Persecutor.
I'm not bloody Superman!
Victim. Victim.
Everyone does this. Male, female.
Whoa. What do you mean everyone does it?
Male, female.
I agree with Justin. Everyone's playing this game. Who's not playing it?
I don't play it.
You don't play it? Not today, not once? Were you one of those people? You weren't a rescuer not once today? Am I right to assume that you're saying these three positions are unhealthy?
Yes.
Because that's what it sounds like. I
They
don't
are.
think those three positions are unhealthy.
They are.
It's a survival mode.
We can only deal with working on us here, changing us.
I got that, Dave.
So-
But what about my kids who are going to walk into a society where 80%,
Good.
50% of
Good.
people are doing this?
So you're going to teach them how do you deal with that?
No, I won't teach them. They will respond that way, won't they? Because of nature.
Not if you teach this.
Both people have got to be on the same page.
No, they don't.
think so.
What brought you guys to this group was this type of behaviour. This is real.
After a break.
Smoko, coffee, go, toilet, have a break.
At the end of tonight's session, Sashko seeks out Dave to explain that the change he's making at home feels disempowering to him.
I feel like at home I'm playing happy family. And the more I see that, the more aggravated I am inside.
When can I say to myself that, okay, I've got all these tools that I've learned and everyone's not walking on eggshells around me, I'm not persecuting, I'm not having to rescue.
I actually don't believe that place exists, Dave. That sounds like the Garden of Eden to me. I've never seen a family live like that. I've never been inside a household where people live like that. Happy family, real happy family, doesn't exist. It's a fucking myth.
You can call me if you want. Yeah. What's happening to him is that he's losing his power and control. His partner is working on herself. She's engaged in the women's program. She's learning to set boundaries. And in doing so, Sashko's probably finding that some of this behaviour that he's doing isn't working. She's actually calling him on it.
3 nights later, Sashko's partner Susanna attends women's group, leaving Sashko at home with their 2 young children.
I came back from the women's group and I said, how are the kids? Everything's great. Yeah, everything's great. Didn't think anything of it. Went to bed. In the morning, my son gets up and I noticed his cheek was red. And I said, what happened? Did you fall at school? I didn't notice it when I picked you up. He said, no, Daddy hit me. And I ran into the room. He was sleeping because he was working night shift. And I said, did you hit our son? He goes, no. I said, no, I'm going to ask you again. Did you hit him? He goes, yeah, but. I said, I don't want to hear buts. Get your bags, get out of here. I don't want to see you ever again. I reported it to the police and DHS. I'm not going to let this happen again. It's too damaging to our son, to the family. It's not worth it.
I believe they've started inquiries of talking to the son, talking to the partner. Sashko hasn't been spoken to yet, I don't believe. It's unexpected with this particular case. It's a bit of a shock with how far we've gone, but it's a reality check as well. This is what happens in this work. There's no guarantees. When you work so close to these guys and you get them and you know, the months go by and you see the growth, you see the changes, you work with the ups and the downs, and then something like this happens, it's really disheartening. And then there's a little voice in the back of your head going, oh, you see, men really don't change. This is all waste of time, this is bullshit. And, you know, there's times when you have this self-doubt, you go, oh, what do? You throw the towel in and you quit. We keep working, we keep supporting him, we keep working with her, supporting her. We challenge him, we don't, you know, we don't dismiss it, we call it. It's abuse, it's violence. There's no excuse. It was a choice. But at the same time, we have to be supportive. He's vulnerable. He's at risk. So, just a check-in of what's been happening over the last week.
At the next group meeting, Sashko makes a painful confession.
On Thursday night, I chose to be violent and I abused my son, and my partner has asked me to leave. Everything that's happened is totally my fault. And I'm really sad.
So the trust.
has been violated and has been broken. So it will take time, and who knows where it goes. A lot will be on the choices you make, because it doesn't matter what anybody does. It's not okay to be abusive. It took incredible strength for her to stand up.
Yeah.
She needs to keep herself and the children safe.
Absolutely.
After a thorough investigation, the police decide not to press charges. They're confident the family are safe and well supported. But the incident is a major setback for Sashko's progress, and Susanna's concerned that the situation could get worse.
I'm not going to have any expectations where it's going to repair in a day. It won't. Nothing repairs in a day, especially any kind of violence, whether it's emotional or physical, because it affects the children. It affects me. And at the end, I just think to myself, why am I doing this? Why am I in this relationship?
This could be the turning point. Maybe it's this one that it won't ever happen again. Could be the relationship may be divided forever. Only time will tell.
Sashko's violent behaviour is a timely reminder that sometimes, even when men want to change, the situation at home can deteriorate. The key is not to give up. Tonight, the discussion is about ways men can often be discouraged from showing their emotions. It's got Justin thinking about how he treats his son.
If he's crying or that, it's what are you talking about, you know? Stop crying or suck it up, princess.
Yeah.
You're not the only one, Justin.
And my boy says it too.
Together, the group come up with better ways to express their emotions.
Just read out the old one and then read out your new one.
Expression of emotion is unmasculine and sign of weakness. Little and big boys don't cry. We come up with real men are in touch with their emotions and are able to identify and express them in a non-violent and non-abusive manner. The weakness is in hiding their feelings.
Wow. That's really good.
Really good. I think yours is written better. Yeah. Did you cheat?
I suppose the penny dropped a little for me, and I started to think about some of the things that went on in my life when I was younger and seen how those influences may have influenced my behaviour now, how it affects Cody and what the kids see. Look, if I wasn't doing the group and I wasn't trying to stay off the alcohol, I very possibly could have either ended up in jail and or dead. I'm ashamed of what I've done. I'm not gonna hide it or just sweep it under the rug. I'm happy to address it and sort it out. 6 months' time, I'm hoping that I'm a dad again, and I've got a couple of happy kids that are happy to be with me, happy to talk with me, and just happy to be my kids.
Justin has recently started to reconnect with his 11-year-old son, Cody.
How are you, Dave? Justin. Not too bad, mate. I'm just getting a little bit of work coming in now, so... Just watching me boy try and kill himself on a motorbike. Yep, will do, mate. I'll see you on Monday. Cheers, Dave. See you, mate. You all right? Take it easy, just sit down, okay?
sit down.
I'll go right back.
Sure, you right?
Yeah, I'm right.
Get knocked off your bike, you get back up and get on it. He's tough. We like to get out amongst them hills. Plenty of tracks out there for the Forbian and that.
Yeah.
What?
Going to my nan's mum's side on Christmas Eve and getting most of my presents then, and then coming to Dad's for Christmas Day.
Oh, me cat even. We don't cuddle much, do we?
No.
Justin's taken an important step with Cody. And after the next group session, he seeks out Jackie for advice on how to make inroads with his 18-year-old daughter, whose birthday's coming up.
Trying to figure out what to get her for her birthday and what for Christmas.
Something she can keep.
I want to get her something that she actually wants too. But...
Yeah. So maybe you could ask her to. And if you're able to connect, say that you'd like to get her something she could keep. Are you able to take her shopping so she can choose something she loves? That might be something you could do. But I think initially, because it's been a bit of time since you connected, just keep it really low-key and no pressure. You're going to have to build the trust between the two of you. So it's about, you know, reaching out to her, but in small ways initially, till she feels safe and that she can trust you.
Good trying.
I think you're doing an amazing job. I really do. And they're worth fighting for.
Oh,
so,
no.
and good on you for hugging your son. I think that's awesome.
Cheers, thanks.
You all right?
See you later. See you next week. Sunday, probably. No doubt.
The thing about Justin is he's an amazing character. He's had such a rough, tough kind of upbringing. And I think we've kind of, with the group process, has kind of got underneath that tough exterior, and he's starting to recognise that it's okay that I don't have to hold that tough exterior. You know, real men don't have to hide behind that.
It's the second last week of the program. Dave and Jackie remind the men about the importance of communicating respectfully.
The other day, I said to my oldest daughter, I said, God, do you have to be so much like your mother? And that was it. That was it. She cracked it, you know?
You should not say anything about your ex-partner that's derogatory. You should be very respectful of her. You're not together anymore.
Don't think I'll ever be respectful to her.
Well, there's a major block because you have two daughters and it's their mum.
That's why I just try not to talk about her at all.
And the girls will know that that's walk on eggshells around you about mum. You don't have to put her down.
This is an opportunity to see how Nathan could have avoided an outburst.
Well, I opened the door of their bathroom and it was just...
What am I thinking?
And I'm thinking, I bet this is Riley, because one of my kids is a clean freak and the other one is just shocking.
Okay.
Just like her mum.
Okay, so the outcome is, boom, yell. But I've got control of my thought process here. How can I work this differently?
Right. Take a deep breath.
Okay, I'm going to just breathe.
Yeah, breathe. Go, righto. It's a mess. I'm going to have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and just go, righto. When the kids get home, I go, guys, can you please clean up your mess in the bathroom?
I just thought I'd best breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah, come over. How does that make you feel now? How are you feeling?
Pretty calm. Pretty relaxed.
Relaxed.
Yeah. Good. Well, I love my girls.
It's good. I love my girls. I feel good. What else do you feel?
I feel proud.
Proud? Yeah, you reckon you're bad at feelings? You're doing really good. All right, so we had all those thoughts here, yeah?
Yeah.
Those feelings. They're real, aren't they, those thoughts, feelings?
Absolutely.
Can't change that. That's happened. But you've got this new thought process happening. And it's triggered all these feelings. Proud. I feel great. I feel happy. I feel relaxed.
Yep.
Come here.
Whatever we did that night in the program created this 360-degree shift. At the end of the program, he came up and he said, I'm going to ring my partner and apologise. I've just realised what I've been doing. It's been about me.
I just want to say those guys that are still with their partners, just really work at it.
What's that, man? What you saying?
They said if you're still with your partner, really work at it.
Wow.
Yeah.
This kind of work is most effective when people have a strong motivation to change. Although Nathan is now divorced, like most men here, he's driven by his desire to be a better dad.
The program has changed Nathan in his communication with the girls. As far as our relationship goes, I think part of moving forward for us has been to limit our communication with each other and only keep it to a minimum, but a positive minimum. For Nathan to actually acknowledge the many forms of abuse, because in his mind the only form of abuse was physical abuse. So he's come a long way.
Went through a whole thing of because I was married to Sue, I owned her, you know, and really I don't. Never did. You know, she's her own person.
Nathan doesn't want to repeat the mistakes he made with his ex-wife with either of his daughters.
When I say to her that you're just like your mother, she gets really upset with that. Maybe 20 minutes later, I walked into her bedroom to find her and she was sitting on the floor in her walk-in cupboard, just with the doors open, just sitting in the back of her cupboard. Just sitting there, just staring into space. And I've just got to be mindful of that, and I've got to be not slip back into my old ways and of gruff horribleness and just, she'll be right, mate, you know? Because she won't be right.
Since the incident at home, when Sashko hit his son, he's been living alone. Now he's allowed to return under strict conditions set by Susanna.
Part of me just wanted to leave everything, leave heavy metal, leave everything, leave the guys, just leave, you know, basically go north. But I chatted to Dave and he just grounded me in the sense that, you know, you can't run away from these things. There's only one way for this to heal, and that is time.
There's a growing awareness of the damage caused by family violence. These programs don't always bring about positive changes in men's behaviour. Sometimes it's the support and strength they bring to women that makes the difference.
Get a really good support network that have experience in this field. Sit down with them, evaluate what situation it is, because every situation's different, and then work out whether you can save it or whether you can't. I've seen a lot of areas in him that is good. He's a great dad. And he does know that if this ever happens again, this is it. This will break the camel's back, if they say. Either make it work now or it'll never work again.
Nathan is determined to step up and be the dad he aspires to be for his daughters Riley and Emily.
I mean, life's not too good. Should be all right. Check the date on it.
Oh, it's not good.
It's not good.
Look at it.
I don't want to look at it. Just scroll
Put
it.
it in the
Just scroll it. It ain't no good. When I said to you the other week that you're just like your mum,
Yeah.
And then you cracked it.
Yeah. When Mum used to say, "You just like little Nathan," you know, I cracked it big time. And she goes, "There you go." And I'd be like, "Well, don't call me that."
Mm.
As much as I love you both, you know, I want to be me. I don't want to act like both of you because you both need work. Like, I want to have your strength and will. And I want to have, I don't know, what does Mum have? She's just got, I don't know, she's just a strong woman. She's a strong woman with courage, and, you know, that's what I see in both of you. So way back in, like, 12 months ago, when he wasn't angry, he was like this. He was just most caring, like, Care Bear. You just, you know, cuddle him, you know, you just want to cuddle him. But, you know, when he was the angry bear, like, you just want to step away from him. But now he's like the cuddly bear 24/7.
The bear. Don't poke the bear.
Don't poke the bear. Nah, that bear, I don't see that bear anymore.
Yeah.
The bear's not there.
No. It's Yogi. It's Yogi Bear.
It's
now.
Yogi Bear.
Yeah, they say a leopard never changes their spots. I don't believe that. I think any abuser, male or female, makes a choice. So once he stops and thinks about the choice he's about to make, that's the day I can say that he is a changed person. But I don't think anyone could ever or should ever write off anyone. Ever.
It's almost Christmas, and Sashko's at home with his family. This year, Sashko understands more than ever that his relationships with his wife and children are fragile and cannot be taken for granted.
This time of year, pretty happy, but there could be some sad moments because Sash could slip into a situation where he could get upset. So it's walking on eggshells. So we just have to just monitor the triggers to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Christmas Day this year, despite all the lovely invitations, we've just decided to be with ourselves, particularly with what's been happening, just to chill out, kind of recalibrate. So we're just staying home, doing the home thing. And last night, Susanna, my partner, was at a group, and when she came to bed, it's the first time in 2 years that she gave me a cuddle. So it was pretty special.
It's week 16, 3 days before Christmas and the last meeting of the year. This time of year, the risk of family violence is high for many. But Nathan, Sashko and Justin have a chance to prove to themselves and their families that they are changing.
So tonight we want to concentrate on how are you guys going to get through Christmas? In a previous Christmas, there was 2,308 calls from women in Victoria asking for help. And we want every one of you not to be part of this.
There'll be another course next year. But for now, the men get to say what this year's experience has meant for them.
Biggest thing for me has been learning to let go. You know, I've had to let go of my marriage, my wife, everything. I've had to let it all go because I held my marriage in very high regard. And to learn that I probably destroyed it has been a real shitty experience.
I've learned a lot of patience and not to be in such a rush and get that frustration and all the rest of it, negative build-up. If I had to talk to me kids rather than sort of yell at them, and a little excited to see how it comes out.
Walking that door the first time is really challenging and difficult. You know, this room should be filled with hundreds of people. But you guys are the ones here that made the commitment to be different and to allow your families to feel safe. It changes lives, and it will change the lives of the people you love and your life. So embrace what you've learnt and carry it out into the world with you.
It was asked to me earlier today, why do I do this work? And I'll tell you right now, it's guys like you. You give me strength to just keep coming back, not quitting and doing it again. And so, hang in there and go do it. And we'll be back next year to give you more, give you a hard time, kick you up the arse. All right, let's go do it. Let's get out of here.
Have an awesome Christmas, guys.
Oh, no.